Hey guys, this is gonna be a quick one because I actually did it and then I got cut off because when you get a call on your phone and it just stops recording. So I just watched Power Rangers, came back from it, was good. Not that good. Some parts were like you have to know that some parts you need to check your brain at the door. For example, there's a scene where the coins just take them home like randomly. I get that they're subconsciously kind of controlling their power coins, but we are never get that explanation. So that's something you have to know. Like sometimes you have to check your brain at the door. So, um, yeah, the first scene I wanna spin off of that. I already said that. Uh, in my previous video, I didn't get to finish my thoughts. So, I want to spin off of that first sequence. I want to know how Rita got her scepter. I want to know how she got that powerful. I want to know how the Power Rangers were created. Like, were they an experiment? Were they a science advancement? Were they a product because they are supposed to serve the crystal, like save the crystal? And of course, now here comes the obligatory, like, Krispy Kreme. Why did they put it there? I really believe the scriptwriters just like forgot about the sponsorship from Krispy Kreme, or Krispy Kreme just came in and said, "Hey, we want you to put us in the movie too," and they had to rewrite that last, like, third act onwards. So that's something you have to look at. I like their Zord. I like their Miracle Zord. That's something I didn't bring up in my old video and my old recording. I like the Pinga Zord. That really looks cool. The suits was okay. Like, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be interested in the suits, but then I saw it like in real life, and I was like, okay, that looks pretty badass actually. And maybe because that's how the trailers were looking like, and maybe they did a few reshots of the suit and made it look better, because it really looks like a living, breathing organism as well, so it's connected to them, and that's really interesting. uh, I love the visuals because, like, there was a scene where in the trailer as well when I did it. I don't know if I still have it. I'm sorry, guys. I did do a Power Ranger trailer reaction before, and there was a part where they touched the water, in the water, and I was like, oh, that is super interesting, because for me, I like that water in the water thing, and then you can come out the other side. When big friendly giant did it, I was like, okay, that's really cool. I just like water visuals for some reason. I just like water in general. Actually, it's 70% of you guys. Yeah. I think there are some cliches in here that you're gonna be like, either gonna be like, okay, I get it, it's Power Rangers, so yeah, it's definitely going to be there, or it's like, oh, really, you didn't have a better scene to do this in. And the scene I'm talking about is the campfire scene, and that's something that you have to know, that it's like, what the fuck, like, how come suddenly he just, because Zach just says, hey, I have food, and I have some campfire wood. Would you guys like to hang out with me? And then it's like, okay, that's just that's just a lame excuse. And spoiler alert, in the beginning sequence, Zordon is actually a Red Ranger. So technically, Bryan Cranston did get to live his dream of being a Red Ranger, but only for like 20 seconds, like 30 seconds, 1 minute at the most. And I just think that it's a solid 7. I thought about giving it a 7.2, but some of the scenes, I'm with some of the critics. I'm like, the scene where Kimberly cuts her hair, I'm like, yeah, she looks hot, but it's not that. Oh my gosh, she cut her hair. you know that kind of thing. The parents, I understand, that's something like, oh my god, why did you cut your hair? Like, don't cut your hair. it's fine the way it is. So that's something I understand. um, that's about it. Like, there's nothing much to say that I haven't already said. The Krispy Kreme thing I brought up because there's a scene where Billy's looking for the crystal ones. The crystal is in the Krispy Kreme. So what does that mean? Like, is Krispy Kreme just controlling the universe? Huh? Illuminati confirmed. Do 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 do. I can't do the full Illuminati triangle because my other hand is supporting my phone. Um, and What else? I really want to know, how did Rita get corrupted? Because I'm like, yeah, that's something interesting that it could delve into and dive into. I like that the concept of the Zord is no longer the one seat with everyone in it. It's one by one by one. And even though it's one by one by one, they control separate parts of the Zord. And I'm like, okay, that's really cool because we haven't seen that before. Um, Goldar for me still looked weird because it's the melting gold thing. I want to know why she's so obsessed with gold. Maybe her corruption has something to do with gold in it. Not like money wise, but maybe like she went to somewhere and like she saw gold and then there was like there was a voice whisper in her head and then she was like, "Who are you?" And then the voice is actually Goldar. Dun dun dun. Um, so uh, oh, sorry. The dogs in my like my neighbor's dogs are barking. I thought someone was calling me. Um. Anyway, I was gonna say before my thoughts got cut off. Oh, it's a good one too. Oh, in the last sequence, we know she's thrown into space, like the old series. She's thrown into, well, not really thrown into space. Her ship kind of just like floats in space and then crashes onto Earth. But now in the new one, she's thrown into space and she gets crystallized, ice crystallized, and uh, but she doesn't have her scepter and her power coin. And spoilers, the end sequence. What does the Fitz, the whatever his name is, the what does he say? Tommy Oliver. So there's gonna be a Green Ranger in the next one. So that's about it, guys. See you next time.